Hey guys, what is up? It's me, the Gaming Powerhouse, and we are here with the second part of my Mercedes rebuild series for Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. So, I figured I'd start every other episode except the first one, obviously, with selling the car we made previously. This is our 560 SEC we made in the last episode. I will have that linked in the description. And so I want to sell it. It sells for $91,872, not too bad. I think I bought it for around $40,000 and spent probably $30,000 on it, so that's pretty good money. So we're going to work on the newer of the cars today, which is the SLS AMG, very lovely car, and as you can see, everything is good except the global parts condition, and I like the interior, so we're going to keep that all stocked, and we're going to start on this car. So one thing I do have to do really quick is change the license plates. I have a tradition of making them California plates. Sometimes I put custom ones, but since we're selling most of these, I'm just going to get some standard California plates. We'll buy 2 of them, priced at $170 because they aren't custom. I'm going to really quick get rid of these so I don't install them by accident. So there's the California plate there, and the California plate there. Beautiful. Go back to the normal mode, and we will get on these tires first. So this already has the SLS B rims, which are the blacked out ones. I prefer those, honestly. They look a lot nicer than the all silver ones. And they also already have sport tires, so I will not be changing anything about the tires in this car. I did last time. I put some sport tires on the 560, but this one already has them, so I will keep those as stock. So we're going to check the sizes really quick. We have 295/30/19s and 265/35/19s. Let's see if I can remember that. 290, oh, I already forgot, look at me. 290/30/19, buy those first. 2 of them. 19 inches. Wait a minute, are they... You can't have 290 as a size, can you? Wait a second. 295, I'm there. You know, sometimes my brain just doesn't want to work, so it happens. 295/30, got it. Now we got it. And then we got 265/35s. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so we have the tires. Make sure I got those right. Beautiful. Let's get the rims. I'm trying to go a little faster because yesterday's episode was a very long episode, unfortunately, for me and for you. The longer the episode, I know it's very unlikely that people watch the whole thing, but if you did, that's awesome. I bet you enjoyed it. I tried to make this pretty fun and also to show the entire process and not fast forward anything, which is why it was 34 minutes long. This one will hopefully be a little quicker, though with the new car and the new engine that might not be the case. I have done this one before. The only one I haven't done is the 500E, that far one way over there. That one I will be doing all customed out, so that one will take a lot longer. Also, if you see me cancel phone calls, it's a force of habit. I was doing the picky worker achievement a while back, and I haven't gotten over that yet. So this is a back tire. Let's see if this looks nice. It should be exactly the same, so we're just going to double check, make sure it looks all good. That looks great. This is taking a while. Tires, that should be another big one, so I'll put that right into the warehouse. I should take this one off at the same time. Might as well do that. You don't see me put a whole lot in the warehouse, only because I have a system where I don't have to, but I will be doing it on occasion just to keep things a little bit organized in my inventory in order to keep things streamlined and running smoothly. Alright, so while that's balancing, we'll check the front tire, make sure it looks all good. Since we have a little bit extra time since it's balancing and not doing the other one. That looks beautiful, so I will remove that as well. Hopefully by the time we're done with this, we can go back over to the balancing machine and it will be ready for us. There we go. Alright, so let's put those away really quick, like so. Alright, let's get to work on the suspension and brakes. So let's get all this stuff off. It's not terrible condition, but whenever I do a sell or a restoration, I always make it 100%. So we are going to be completely restoring this car, whether it be fixing the parts on our bench over there or buying new ones. this thing is going to be 100% in every category. So let me get... I didn't realize it had a wishbone shock absorber in this car. It's kind of odd because most wishbone shocks are in the older cars, so to see it in a brand new SLS is quite interesting. Alright, these rubber bushings. Make sure you gotta get everything. There's so much stuff to get. You gotta make sure you got everything. Alright, caliper. And you might see me switch off like the order of stuff I do. I try to do it so I can take stuff off as fast as possible and not have to wait for stuff to like disappear or fade out as it does. So, let's see if I can get... Oh, did I forget to get the inner? I did forget the inner one over there. Let's see if I can get back to... There we go. It's the good view right there. Alrighty, let's get our sway bar end link. Our shock. Sway bar, upper suspension arm. Did a little glitch on me there. If you click a thing that you have to unbolt too soon after you've removed something, it will actually just back right out of it. And if the timing is like at the peak of like not good, I don't know what you'd call that, but it would actually glitch, and then your cursor will not be visible. You won't be able to see it, which is a very weird glitch I've encountered a few times. Oh, I can't reach it. Oh, there we go. Oh, there it is. Got it. Alright, let's get this gearbox from way over here. I'll move over there in a second. I just gotta get this drive shaft out of the way. This is a very weird custom drive shaft. It's huge. And of course it has AMG on it, because you gotta promote the company, right? Alright, so let's get over to this brake disc. We will be removing these parts. Get the rear hub. Knuckle cover. Oh, this has all wishbones actually. I didn't even realize that when I first did this car, I guess. Wishbones in the front and the back. There's a lot of suspension work on the spring puller we're going to have to do later. Alright, get the fuel pump and the fuel tank. Switch over to this side. The nice thing about this car is because it has the gearbox in the back, it does not have to have the big, I don't know what they call it, the big metal piece that goes usually in the middle. It doesn't have one because it has the gearbox back there, just connected directly to the axles instead. So we got this going, get the upper one off, so get the housing, and that should be everything there. So we're going to go over here. If you hear a lot of clicking, I edited my enter key to be space, so now I can just spam the enter key here instead of having to click repeatedly, which is useful. Alright, so let's see what we got. We gotta get a fuel pump. Oh, I have to sort by name and not arrival as well, but I'll do that after I buy the part. Engine, scroll down to the fuel pump. Let's sort by name. Go to engine, sell that one. Go over to exhaust, see if they have these in custom. The M159 front exhaust pipe and rear mufflers. Let's see if they have them. So front exhaust pipe M159, there's that, and then rear mufflers. Let's see if they have it. M159. Yeah, they do. Alright, so they have all custom exhaust parts. That is wonderful. I'm really glad they started to do that with the new DLC. When they used to add old DLC, they wouldn't have the new stuff when it came out, like all the performance stuff, which was kind of sad because you wouldn't be able to make the car really fast. Alright, I gotta find this gearbox now. I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. So we can sell that. Alright, so then now I'm going to go and get these double wishbone shocks taken care of. So we have to get over to the suspension shop, and we have to buy front springs, front caps, front double wishbone, rear double wishbones, and then rear springs and rear caps. And then we will install all those parts into here, sell the extras we have. So I'll get rid of some phone calls as a force of habit. I don't know why I do that, it's just kind of a habit at this point. And then we'll get the rear ones going. And in the meantime, I will see what I'm going to need to buy from the shop. I'm going to need to get 2 discs, 2 ventilated, and 4 pads once I'm done here. Just prepping a little bit there. Is that everything? Yes. Okay, cool. So we'll grab this right here. Beautiful. We'll go to the shop. Go to brakes, 2 discs, 2 ventilated, and 4 pads. sell the old ones. You gotta make sure with these newer cars that are in decent condition, you don't sell the wrong part because they're all green or yellow. But when they're green, it's really hard because it's hard to tell which ones you need to replace. So we need a front sway B and a fuel tank. So I'll buy the fuel tank first. I know the general location, it's right around there, a little higher, it's a little bit off there. And then front sway B, there's that. Sell the extras, beautiful. We need 2 inners and 2 outers, so we will buy those right here. I like how they're right on top of each other in the menu. That makes it much easier to find them. We need a rear drive axle B, and how many rubber bushings are we going to need here? Let's check. We need 6, 12, that's 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, 20 rubber bushings. That is the max you can buy at once, actually. So we need the rear drive axle B, and then if you see, if you go up, you can't buy any more than 20 of something at a time. See, look at that. So I'm actually buying the max amount at one time. You can buy more separately, but not in one go. Alright, I gotta make sure I don't sell past the 100. There it is. Okay. And then we need 2 Bs, and then 4 of those, and 2 of those. I say those because I'm so used to it. We need 4 wheel hub bearings and 2 wheel hub caps. Let's make sure I bought the right amount of those. I was talking at the same time. And yes, we did. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to reinstall the suspension now. I will grab the tires when I get to the point when I need them. For the time being, though, I will install everything around that said part. It's funny, the suspension's actually clipping into the exhaust there, and that's a DLC car. Huh. That's kind of funny. You usually see that in mods when people have to create the suspension work themselves, but made by Playway, and it's a little bit of a clip there. It's kind of funny to see. You don't see that all the time. Alright, we're going to install everything but the tire on the back. Oh, I forgot to do the drive shaft, so I can install the gearbox, the drive axles. So here's the gearbox, custom one, the nice one. And we can actually, usually you have to wait on the gearbox because it's connected to the engine, but this time it is not. Oh! No, but you know what? Oh, shoot, I forgot. I'm going to have to not install this because the drive axle, the drive shaft is connected, and I won't be able to pull the engine out if it is as such. So I will have to wait on the drive axles, the gearbox, the drive shaft itself, and the rear tires, as it turns out, as a result of that. So we will get everything around them done. I will install the front tires though, since those are pretty easy to do. We'll be able to. We are not able to do it because we have to pull the engine out for the back. We can do everything else. So brake disc, wheel hub bearing, brake pads, brake calipers. Did I install the calipers on the other side? Oh, I didn't. Let's do that really quick. Beautiful. Okay. So that's all the back done. We're going to hit this exhaust really quick and then move on up to the front, starting with the crossmember G. Alrighty, so sorry about that quick pause there. So what I'm going to be doing here, my microphone for this half actually stopped working, so I'm doing an overlay as we speak. So we got some more suspension work going in. Not a whole lot left to do here. Just you gotta get the front done, so we got the brake disc, the hub, the brake pad, the hub cap, caliper, and its cylinder. I'm gonna go grab the tires really quick. And if this sounds like I don't exactly know what I'm doing, it's because, guess what? It's a voiceover, so I actually don't. But what I am gonna do is do my best to narrate this as best as possible. So I have to get the suspension arms here. Install those really quick. Bottom and top we have the sway bar, front end link as well, and the double wishbone shock absorber. So once we get all that installed, we should be allowed to put the rim on. There we go. So there's that. Now we're going to move over to the left side of the car, get these rubber bushings installed. And then we're going to get over to this knuckle here, get a better view. Inner tie rod, knuckle, outer tie rod, bottom suspension arm with the bushings. We're going to hit the upper suspension arm as well. And the reason for this voiceover and the cut previous was that I had a slight interruption, so I had to cut the video and re-edit it. So we're gonna install all this stuff really quick. Pretty soon we'll be working on the engine here. As you can see, it's kind of beat up in there. I'm gonna make it 100% because that's my goal for all of these cars. So that looks like it's coming out well. I'm about to put all those parts in the warehouse because I can't install them, or otherwise I wouldn't be able to take the engine out. I'm gonna lower the car here, and I know what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna have issues because the air filter base, I forgot, is separate from the engine itself and has to be taken out beforehand. Had a little trouble with the clip there, but no worries, we're getting it. So we got the cover there, the actual filter itself. Gotta get those clips off. Those are pretty pesky to get off sometimes. They're pretty small for you to get with your cursor. Gotta get the air filter bases, and I'm pretty sure you gotta get the oil reservoir out of the way, which is under the car. I'll try anyways. Yep, we do need to get that. Get the menu out of the way, raise the car up so we can get this reservoir. So once we get that out, I'm gonna unbolt it a little bit there. No worries whatsoever. We are going to lower it back down and pull this engine out. I'm actually going to replace some of these parts really quick once I get the engine onto the rack here. So there's that. Let's get these parts going real quick. So we got to get all those. Let's see what we can fix up on the bench. Hopefully a lot of them. There we go. So now we're going to buy the bases, the covers, and the filters themselves. And I'm thinking that the filters themselves might have performance versions, and maybe even the oil reservoir. We might check. So let's find these filters. There they are, 2 of those, and we'll check to see if this thing has an oil reservoir. I don't think it will, but we'll check anyways. Nope, no oil reservoir. Alright, so we're gonna head out of here real quick, go over to the standard and get the air filter base and cover. So the base is going to be right there. There it is, 2 of those. The cover will also be somewhere around here. There it is in the far left. So once we got all those, we'll sell the duplicates. And we will put all of this in our warehouse because we won't be able to install that until after we put the engine back in anyways. So here's the engine itself, the V8 M159. We'll take this cover off, take the intake cover. There's a lot of bolts in there. That's pretty hectic. And so then we gotta get these throttles off, hoping that this engine has a lot of performance parts. I say that from this timeline. I'm filming this voiceover later, so I know it does. But, so this has 10 bolts on it. Jeez, that's a lot of bolts. So we're going to get the fuel rail, we're going to get the intake manifold off as well. Alrighty, the oil filter in that little crevice there. Fuel filter, let's see what we got to get off of this timing cover. So can't get the belt because of the idler rollers. We got 2 up top. Is that what we... Oh, there's one down below as well. I didn't even see that one at the time. Alrighty, and so now we can get the rest of this stuff off. We got some idler rollers. We got the water pump pulley. A lot of the parts on this car are pretty standard, like the alternator, the V8 pulley, special power steering pump. And then we can get this water pump off, and then the timing cover can come off. Lots of bolts on this one. I think it's 8 as well, which is a lot. This engine has a lot of bolts in it. And then we got timing shoes to deal with. We got 5 in total. It's a lot of timing shoes, that's for dang sure. Last one here. We'll get this timing chain out of the way. To get this one, we're gonna need to remove some other stuff, I guess. Can't really see what yet, but let's get this exhaust manifold off. And then we'll get the ignition coils, which are also standard. We'll remove the engine head. 10 bolts again. Got the cam gears, but we can't remove those until we get the camshafts off, which is kind of the opposite of what usually is the case. And this camshafts have camshaft caps, which are somewhat annoying, but I understand why they're there, so can't be that mad. There's half of them on this side done. Making progress. Good. And the last one, there it is. Now the camshafts can come out as well as the cam gears. And then that timing chain will need to get the other side off. Once to be able to get the whole thing off, we'll get these spark plugs out real quick. And we'll move over to the other side. We'll get these ignition coils out as well. Work on this side. So yeah, if you guys like the content that's coming out right now, I just started filming again. I know it's been a very long time, other than my Need for Speed No Limits videos on occasion. But I'll probably be doing a lot more of these kinds of videos, just like walkthroughs of deconstructing and reassembling vehicles and their stuff in this game, especially when new DLC come out. But yeah, and I'll probably do a garage showcase at some point too. That might be my 6th video when I finish the 5 Mercedes. This is the second one, the SLS AMG, if you somehow didn't get that yet. We'll get these cam gears off, get these spark plugs, and then this timing chain should come off now. Yep, there it is. And then we can get these engine heads off. They are big engine heads, I tell you what. They are big chunkers, big chungus, or something like that. I don't know, man. But, so they're coming off now. And I guess all of this is part of the block, so I guess we're going to flip it over 90 degrees to get to the bottom side. The oil pan is very small, and when I was doing, like, actually getting the gameplay, I didn't realize till later that it's small because the oil reservoir is there, so that holds all the oil for it. I had that revelation later on while filming, but so we get all this stuff. I'm zoomed out. I'm gonna zoom back in here, get these rod caps going off. And again, everything in this engine is like running and workable, like probably above 70% as far as wear goes. But for these restorations, I always go 100%, and also half the stuff in the engine gets replaced by performance parts anyways, especially these pistons. So it all has to come out basically. And that way it sells for the most amount of money and is at 100% in all fields, which is exactly what you want, especially when selling, but also when collecting. And for when I do my vehicles in my garage, which I'll probably showcase a few times, I actually keep all the stock engines despite there being engine swaps that would create more power, but I like each car being unique. So, with that, we can go over and repair whatever we can. I did mention here that my spacebar was spamming, but you can't hear that now, because this is a voiceover, so. But yeah, so that is that. Let's see what parts we have to buy. We have to look up M159 in the search bar here, see what we can find. We already got the air filter. Camshaft A made me think it might be camshaft B, but I bought 4 of them anyways. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get 1 of each engine head, 2 exhaust manifolds because they're the same, an intake manifold and a fuel rail, and 2 throttles, which I was hoping they would have. So that's always good. I want to sell those parts we just bought, and there were 4 camshaft A's. That was relieving. We're going to need all the standard stuff, it looks like. So there's all those going away. The fuel rail up top. Intake manifold. No power steering pump. That's too bad, but that's alright. And then 2 throttles. And then we got to go and buy all these standard stuff. So we will go to alternator. We already got the camshaft. Clutch plate, clutch pressure plate. We already got the engine heads. We already got the exhaust manifolds. To the flywheel. Fuel filter. We already got the fuel rail, 8 ignition coils, because it doesn't use the wires, it's a new car. Already got the intake manifold, so we get 8 pistons. No power steering pump, so we skip all that. Go to spark plugs, get 8 of those guys. Already got the throttle, no turbo, so that is all that standard stuff. We will have that ready. We will sell all the duplicate parts we have now. Alrighty, there that goes. Flywheel, fuel filter, all the ignition coils, and then we got the pistons, and no power steering pump as mentioned. All the spark plugs are gone, and then the throttles, and now we gotta buy all the standard stuff. So we need 4 cam gears, and I believe that is going to be what is that? 6, 12, 16 camshaft caps as well. So hopefully we can find these pretty easily. Cam gears are specific to the car. There they are, 4 of those. And then we need 16 camshaft caps for the Mercedes. There we go. Right in place. Sell the other ones we have. The old parts, I should say. If you're wondering how I sell so quickly, it's because I'm clicking and pressing space right afterwards, because space is my enter key. So we need the clutch release bearing and the camshaft, the crankshaft I mean, sorry, excuse me. And I thought the crankshaft would be expensive, but it actually is only $270, which is really nice. I thought it'd be like over $2,000, so that's cool. So there's those 2 parts. What do we need now? Crankshaft pulley V8 and idler rollers, 4 A's and 2 B's. So we will buy the crankshaft pulley right there. We're going to go right about there. I think, did I pass it? Yeah, I passed it. Alright, go back up. There they are. 4 of these guys and 2 of the B's. We'll sell the backups. Call them backups, the old parts. The stock parts, I should say. We need an oil filter and 8 piston rings, so we'll go buy those really quick. There's the oil filter and the 8 piston rings. Wonderful. Alrighty. There's that. What else we need? We need serpentine belt. I forgot what I went on a rant on about here, but not that it matters now. So we need serpentine belt A for the V8 M159. We'll go buy that really quick if I can find it. I believe it is right about... there it is. So buy that. Sell it. And then we just need both timing chains, 1 timing shoe A, 2 timing shoe B's, and 2 timing shoe C's, as well as a water pump pulley. Let's see if I can remember all that. Spoiler alert, I did. So we need that timing, no wait, not that one. That one, there it is. And then we need to get the B version of that right there. And then we gotta find the timing shoes. Timing shoe A is right there. We need 2 timing shoe B's and 2 timing shoe C's. And last but not least, the water pump pulley. So that is all the parts we need to rebuild this engine. So for this next part, I'm actually going to stop the voiceover and just let the engine rebuild itself. And then I'll be back to you when we're done with that. Alrighty, so I'm back here. I thought I would chime in on the very end of this build. We got nothing left. The engine is complete. And so when I was filming this, I actually forgot about a very important thing here, which you might notice if you played this game. But we'll see in a little bit here once I try to build the car all the way back and notice it's not at 100%. But in the meantime, I'll build the rest. So we need to add the oil reservoir back. Get a good view there. There we go. Bolt that baby back in, and then this is the point in the video when I realized that that's why the oil pan was so small. So we'll lower that back down. And if you are watching this and you think you figured out what I forgot at this point in the video, why don't you comment and suggest? Because I did not. I completely forgot about it. You can even see it in this shot, I'm pretty sure, or at least a couple of the things I forgot. I think a total of 4 things. So we'll get to those eventually, of course. So that's all done. And I was saying there that most of the air filters have 4 clips, and there's one of them, but these each have 3 because they're connected in the front. So what we're gonna do is fill this with oil really quick. We'll get rid of that. We will close the hood because I thought I was done with it. I am not. We'll go to the back and install everything. So we're gonna go to the drive shaft over here. This big meaty drive shaft. It is very, very large. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of cool. Put the starter on there. Put the gearbox all the way down there. It's probably big zest to get the gearbox all the way there. That kind of makes sense. That equal rate reduction. Nah, weight distribution. Sorry, not reduction. But then we get the tires. These are the 295 30s. And then I was like, oh boy, I'm done. And then I checked the percent, and it was like 99, what? And I realized, oh my lord, I forgot everything in the engine bay. So the brake servo, the battery, the radiator, and the radiator housing are all still not in perfect condition, which I completely forgot about while recording this. Now, my past me is gonna go fix these. I was wondering here if it had an ABS, and I thought it did because it's a newer car, but it turns out it does not have ABS. The SLS AMG, at least in this game, does not have an ABS system. So we'll go fix up these little parts over here, everything fixed up nicely. Grab the battery, and once we do that, we'll put them all back in, and then we should be at 100%. So there. I cooked the suspension there by accident, I didn't realize. So there's that. Alrighty, there's the battery, the radiator housing and all of its fans, and the brake servo. So now, we are all at 100%, wonderful. I'll take it over to the paint shop, and I will wait on adjusting cars. I don't need to do it quite yet. Nah, they're fine there. So we'll go to the paint shop, and I was thinking, the new AMG that looks similar to this is in a nice green. So I'm thinking I'm going to make this a nice green color. So I tried to find the right shade of green here. I was a little on the blue side, so I went a little more towards the yellow side. So right about there, and then make it a lot darker. And this is about the color that the AMG GT comes in. I was checking for liveries, there are none, so we paint the car in that nice color. And we check the dyno. Now this thing has a custom V8, the M159 V8. And I have to say, 558 for a stock engine is very good. We can always hope for more, and we are going to get more. And me recording this audio knows how much it is, but at the time I did not think it would be 895 brake horsepower and 738 pound-foot of torque. That is a lot out of a V8, especially a DLC V8 in this game. So that's always really cool to see. So I will take it over to the front, and we're going to do a little test drive with it at the abandoned airport. The video is long, I'm aware, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So, take it over to the abandoned airport, and we'll see how it drives. And this will be nearing the end of the video here. So, once this loads up, we'll give it a nice little test drive. If you've enjoyed this video, there will be more like it. This is the 2nd out of 5 in the Mercedes DLC series at the very least. And then I will be doing more videos in the future past that point. This thing sounds nice, slides a lot, and I really like the dial it has. I don't think that comes in any other car except this one. For a game that's not like a sim racing game, the sounds are not too bad for their DLC cars, I have to admit. It does slide a lot, which is kind of fun. Most cars don't drift very well, this one kind of does. So, if you enjoyed the video, do not hesitate to leave a like, comment any ideas or feedback you may have for me. If you're new to the channel, as always, feel free to subscribe. I'm never going to stop you from doing so. And with that, gotta go. Out.